Hello and welcome to ESO Weekly's Q&A. It is, February the 20th? It is a Wednesday? And that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
We're such liars. Guys, it's totally not Wednesday today.
It's like, Sunday?
We're in the past.
Yeah. But what are you gonna do? We're always in the past, right? It's just like when someone says, this is a picture of me from when I was younger. God, what was that person? Guys, tell me what comedian that's from.
Oh my god. Let's go. Read the question. Read the question.
First question from Kevin R. Do you guys know how well the game will play on a Mac? Okay. And also, as Tesso being my first MMORPG game played, he said game twice, sort of, I guess, technically. Will there be an integrated mix between PvP and other MMO components, and the original things I love about tests such as questing and RPG? I know about the questionnaire to place you into your desired realm, but I would like to get a view through all aspects of the game.
Kevin, you lost me at Mac.
I know, right? What's a Mac? A Mac?
You need a real man's gaming.
Oh
experience.
man,
Come on.
you were just trying to get
There goes
hate
the
mail.
dislikes. There they go, ticking up.
Oh man, that's like making fun of Democrats or Republicans. I mean, you're just gonna get a bunch of hate mail. Okay, so we know that they are developing the game for both PC and Mac, so there will be two separate versions. I'm assuming that Mac is going to be released at the same time as PC, but I don't know for sure, so I can't...
That'd be really cruel.
For them not to?
For them not to, yeah. I mean, that would be really mean.
Okay, so we'll assume that they are, but I'm not saying that they will be. Alright, so on to the next portion. I guess he's saying, will there be all aspects of other Elder Scrolls game put into this MMO?
Isn't that what we've been talking about the whole time?
Pretty much. That's kind of the main question, really, of ESO. Will it incorporate all of the aspects from past test games that we know and love into an MMO environment?
That's an answer we won't ever know until we actually play the game, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, they can say all they want and we can talk about it, but at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be, do they measure up to their words?
Yeah. And really, it's going to be down to each individual's opinion as to whether they've done it or not.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
it's relative for sure, you know?
Yeah, there's some aspects we know are going to be dropped or may not be worked on until well after release. So those may be some, not game breakers, but things that kind of push it over the fence of being more of an MMO than it is a test game, where of course we know it is an MMO, I guess, above all, but in the test universe. And so it's, man.
I don't envy ZeniMax at all.
I know.
The line that they have to walk.
It's such a huge undertaking.
It's so impossibly hard, but I don't know. We can only pray, right? We can only pray to Talos. Well, you'll be praying to Talos.
Talos? Who's that? I mean, he doesn't exist in ESO.
Oh, God. Yes, I know. He doesn't exist in ESO.
Alright, so, yeah, I guess the final verdict on that is we hope that they incorporate as many aspects of the test games into this MMO.
Yep, we can only hope, pray, and, you know, keep on top of them about it. So.
But we have faith in you, ZeniMax. We think you'll get the job done.
And if you don't, we're gonna burn this mother down!
No threats. No, that was not a threat. We promise. Okay, next question from Ahalanid. Hey, ShoddyCast, I have a question that has really been beating around my head for some time now.
Ow.
Will level-specific stats, health, magicka, and stamina, be able to be reset and fiddled with? I understand how, from an RPG point of view, this isn't particularly necessary. However, with an MMO, especially a new MMO, would there be room for mistakes, air quotes, I'm doing it right now, and the ability to try out different builds in relation to those three stats? I love everything you guys put out, and yeah, love you too. Thanks.
You know, air quotes don't really work very well when you're not using face cams.
That's why I let them know that I was doing them.
So, now this is interesting. I actually think this question definitely has some talking points because now the thing about RPGs, at least in the test RPGs, they weren't very forgiving if you made a mistake by like putting a perk in the wrong place.
Yeah, could you even reset a point that you put into stamina?
There was no retraining really of any kind. But but in MMOs we're used to, when WoW first introduced the respecking, like a bunch of people were super excited because actually no, WoW had respecking from the beginning. That was dual specking that they introduced later.
I love dual specking.
Yeah, normally in MMOs, guys, you have, it's called a respec, where you'll or untraining. You'll go to an NPC, pay a certain amount of gold, and they'll remove any of the points you've spent anywhere. You're basically like, you're a clean slate again, but you can reinvest all your stuff. So if you make that mistake, you can correct it later. Do we want that from the Elder Scrolls Online? Do we want a feature like that?
It's a big question. Actually, what I would like to see is the dual specking system that they do have in WoW, because the developers have been talking about how they want anyone to pretty much fill any role they want to play, even if it's just outside of combat and they're still in the instance. They can switch. If they need a tank, then they can go to that tanking spec. So I'm interested to see how they will do that then, because if you have to leave and go retrain and then put your points all into the health, then you're not going to be able to do that within the instance. So I'm interested to see if they will even allow this, first of all, because other test games have not allowed you to just respec, take all your points out, and then put it into something else instead. But since this is an MMO, will they allow you to do this?
I think we'll definitely see it in some form or another. However, I don't know how crazy I would be about a dual spec in the Elder Scrolls Online, just because I would much rather it rely on, being a hybrid. So if I'm a hybrid, I don't know, like a DPS healer, I can go either way, and I don't have to go to my character menu, hit the respec button, and switch my talent trees over or something like that. I don't know, I would much rather it be more organic than that. How they go about doing it, I have no idea. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, we don't have any information on any sort of respecking currently.
Yeah, no, I mean, the only thing we know we can fiddle around with and switch are our skills and how those progress. You can switch those anytime you want. Whether it costs anything, I don't know, but they said that you will be able to switch around how your skills progress. So whether we'll be able to change our health, magicka, stamina points, we don't know.
The health, magicka, stamina thing, I would actually not want it to change at all. At least I would rather it to be a permanent decision, because I know people really shy away from, this decision I made in this game is now permanent, and if I screw up, I'm screwed. Well, health, magicka, and stamina, I don't know, I feel like those should be, maybe that's just my weird thought process though, but I feel like those should be more cemented. I don't really have any reasons to back that up really, outside
but just think though, what if by accident you did put a point into health instead of stamina? What would you do? You would have to delete that character because you're so pissed because you put a point into the wrong thing, and then that character will be ruined, even though it really won't be, but in your mind it'll be in the back of your mind.
You're like, I don't have that extra little efficiency.
Yeah, I'm not at my full potential, son of a... So, kind of, I don't know. I think they are going to implement something like this just because it is an MMO, and it is a huge MMO feature that has been in most MMOs, if not all. So I think they will implement something like this. But as to what it would cost to do and all that stuff, I have no clue.
Yeah, we're only talking out our asses if we say anything else.
We obviously don't know at this point. So, moving on to Pop Tart Man 8869. Do you think that Tesso offer more lore and story than that us Elder Scrolls fans love so much? On the Tesso website, they just released a journal from High King Emmerich, the leader of the Daggerfall Covenant, and that lore was very enlightening, and I hope that more of that kind of content comes out more. And by the way, I'm not going to say the rest of that because I don't believe in it.
Me neither. So we'll have to darken that out. Go ahead and blur that when you're editing, please.
So you are our unofficial lore guru.
Our unofficial, gosh.
What is your take?
I don't
on
even
this?
want to be called the lore guru because I'm like the farthest thing from a lore guru.
Well,
and I don't.
You put more time into reading about the lore than I do. I know that for sure. So
Yeah.
what's your take?
I like to think I put more time than most, but let's just say I'm an amateur enthusiast at best. But yeah, no, I do actually have full faith in the lore in the Elder Scrolls Online. They especially after that one trailer they released where they were going into the factions and stuff like that. I mean, this is definitely thought out, and in a series with a universe as in depth as this, it's going to be imperative, you know, because oh god. Anyway, what's his name? The lore master, the wizard himself. They're calling him Schick, yes.
Schick.
Lawrence Schick.
Lawrence Schick.
That man with his voice, I'm
and
telling you.
amazing beard and everything. It's just, oh, it's epic. I want it.
I have my full faith in that man, and I'm just going to say now, I hope he voices, I want him to voice the leader of the Mages Guild.
He needs to voice something.
Yeah, it would be a crime if he didn't. But yeah, I think the story is definitely going to be well fleshed out. I mean, they'd have to be crazy not to do it. I myself actually haven't read the journal from High King Emmerich yet. I opened the page and I was sitting down to do it, but I thought to myself in my high elf brain, you know, this is just human propaganda is all it is. So I shoved it aside.
I don't want no Bretons telling me about what they think of what they're doing is right and everything. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, we'll say that. In all reality, I actually got a phone call, but we'll say it was because I thought it was propaganda. But yeah, I do have faith in them, and I'm very much looking forward to, because I think the time period they did choose is definitely interesting.
Yeah, because there's basically a big gap in history that we don't know what happened.
There is a gap there, but we know no matter how much we're fighting for the factions and stuff, in the end, Tiber Septim is going to come through and just freaking dominate Tamriel. So we all actually know in our minds how this war is going to end. But
and also we do know there's going to be lore books in the game, and I believe it has its own like separate tab or journal window that can pop up so you can read all past books and stuff that you picked up. And we even know it goes so far as to that's kind of how you get into the Mages Guild.
Oh yes, so all you lore nuts, the first thing you're gonna want to do is look for that Mages Guild, because they are apparently going to be centered around the lore of the game. You know, it's going to be all about collecting those books, and that's great because, you know, in test games, really the only reason you would collect books is either to learn more about the lore or they give you quests, which I always loved.
Or to level up my one-handed weapons and block and everything like that. Those special books that give you the bonuses.
Oh yeah, the little bonuses, or they level you up. Yeah, but I mean, those. Why am I a book lover? Because that moment when I opened the Legend of Red Eagle and I was reading about him and I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds like an epic legacy. And then the fact that I could go and hunt him down later and like find his badass sword and stuff like that. Oh god, I hope they incorporate all that sort of stuff into the Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm sure they will, because like it or not, people, books are a big part of the Elder Scrolls.
And I have to tell you, I've even been reading some of the ones that I've been picking up. Since I told you, you know, I made that new Sword and Board Breton. Oh god, I just said I was playing a Breton.
Uh-oh.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
Oh, you were just dissing the Daggerfall like 2 seconds ago.
I know, but they have magic resistance.
Traitor!
It was only for it was only for the magic resistance. But anyways, yeah, I have a Breton Sword and Board warrior.
Yeah.
I've been just wandering around. It's like the first time ever. I only did the main quest line up until getting Foos. After that, I've only been wandering around, not even talking to innkeepers or anything.
Yeah.
Not picking up any quests, just wandering around, going into every ruin I can find.
It's a beautiful way to play that game.
Yeah,
it is a beautiful way.
I've just finished up with, I'm sure everyone's done that, Olaf, one-eyed guy. Remember, you find the corpse of the one dude, you read his journal.
Book, the journal's on the ground.
Yeah, he's like leading you to Olaf so he can get his revenge on Olaf and everything. So yeah, I just finished that off today.
Cool little stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep.
That's great. No, everybody should be giving Kyle a collective pat on the back, because when you first approached Skyrim, you were very much, I want to do the main quest, I want to do all the main stuff, and you were flying through them.
I was done with the main story within 2 days.
2 days, and I was like, oh my gosh, no. Yeah, but that's...
I just wanted to know how it ended.
I know. But it's great. When you go back to Skyrim again, if you haven't played it like that before, just put like self-imposed restrictions on yourself and be like, okay, I'm not going to fast travel, or I'm not going to do any of the main story. I'm just going to start running in a direction and see where just fate takes me. It is a beautiful way to play that game. And best with the blinds closed and headphones on. And
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Total immersion. That's what it's all about.
Anyway, we took
Moving
that
on.
question and ran a whole...
Hells yeah. All right, from Ladislav P. Surprised I hope I said that right. The way I understand combat as of now is that it's similar to Oblivion, or at least more so than Skyrim. Of the 6 skill slots, can we put any random skills that we may have learned into one, or are they all determined by the weapons you're using? I don't know why I said that.
Why
like that.
did you say using?
Also, do you think there's gonna be UI mods? They would be helpful if ZOS ended up not giving us true first person, along with huge variety of customization to any part of the UI, meaning that my next question is that if there is UI mods, how easy/hard would you say they will be to make, install, etc.? So 2 major questions.
We actually talked about the UI mods and stuff already.
Yeah, so just to say about the whole UI thing and where we are with that, we think that they should just not be implemented at all, because you'll start getting into the whole situation where you'll have to have them to compete at the same level as everyone else. And we don't want to have that.
We would much rather have the level playing field.
Yeah, we don't want to have to decide whether we'd rather have a minimal UI or play to the best of our abilities. You should be able to do both.
Yeah.
So enough on that. With the whole skill thing, we just wanted to say that class skills are completely separate from your weapon skills. So what weapon you have will not in any way change how your class skills will be, because they're just completely separate things. Now, whether your weapon skills may be different from one class to another, we don't know. It would actually be interesting.
Yeah.
It would definitely be interesting, because you would think some classes would use weapons differently than others would. So it would definitely make sense, even from an RP standpoint, that they would be different.
Right. Like maybe an assassin has these poison arrows, where a warrior, is more about, I don't know, taking down armor rating or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
And just from another thing, I'm still not sure if the weapon skills themselves will be on the hotbar, taking up 2 spots, and then you'll have 3 skills and then an ultimate, or if you will have your weapon skills, which might not even be shown, then have 5 class skills and an ultimate. So I'm not sure which way they went. It might have been both different ways and they've switched. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I would actually like to have, more abilities to use on hand, so it would be nice if the hotbar was just class skills and then the mouse buttons are somewhere different. So, I don't know.
All speculation at this point.
Come on, beta. Give us some answers. And that's going to be it for this week.
All right. Well, this has been the ShoddyCast, guys. Don't forget to like. I have been Josh.
And I'm in Kyle.
We'll see you on Friday.
Yes, sir. Boy.